Hello, let's talk about weekly planning. Why is it important for you? Why you should do it? And what are the benefits of a weekly planning? And a very realistic and practical approach to planning on how I plan my week. Hi, my name is Shivangi. I am 29 years old and I'm a full-time entrepreneur, artist, and content creator. Yeah, I'm a full-time everything. I don't want to be like I'm a part-time this, part-time that, part-time. I'm a full-time everything. I believe that having a weekly planner is the number one step to like sorting out your life. You must have a weekly planner. You might not realize how important it is until you start doing it, but a weekly planner essentially just gives a direction and alignment to the way your week is going to be. It makes it a little bit more predictable. And while many people think having a weekly planner might hamper the spontaneity of their life and the charm of having unexpected plans and everything, and essentially it will strip away your freedom. It's actually completely opposite. Once you start embracing the weekly planning into your routine, you will understand how important it is. Now you can select any week of the day to start this. I personally prefer Sundays for my weekly planning. Sunday night, actually. It's a very simple, efficient, and three-step process on planning my week. Okay, so let's talk about all of the things that you're going to need for this. Well, the number one thing you need to plan your week is a weekly planner, and it looks something like this. You have all of your days, you can write the date and the month, and you can just start planning out. This is an example of how a weekly planner, once filled out, would look like. If you don't have a weekly planner like this, then you can also use a regular notebook. You just need to make the boxes yourself. I used to do that before I got this weekly planner. And another effective way is to use notebooks with grid lines like this. I think it really helps you in making any kind of planning. So this is an example of a weekly planner in a diary like this. And it's also very great for any kind of habit tracking. I feel like the grid lines really help you. You can also find really good templates of weekly planner in Canva and Pinterest, and you can just print them out. Or if you want to go a little DIY, you can just sketch it out. I used to do that a couple of years ago. This is my monthly planner from September 2023. And as you can see, I just printed out these formats from Pinterest and I just decorated them my way. This is also a very cost efficient way of doing things. These are monthly planners, but you can do the same for weekly planners. So whatever is your method, you just need a sheet of paper with Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday written on it. That's it. Thing number 2 is a pen. You obviously need a pen to write down everything. You can also use some kind of markers to color code if you want. And this is completely optional, but if you have any kind of color coded papers, then you can use these to like further decorate your week. If you need like different color coded papers to make visual sense for you, then this is a great way to do that. So this is my diary. Again, I have similar color codes, and this is where I write basically my big goals. Now I don't want to show too much of what I write here, but basically what you need is any kind of paper where you just dump all of your thoughts. Like we save so many things on Instagram to do later, to reference it later, but that later on never comes. And you know why? It's because we never like reference back to those saved notes. It's because we don't even know where we have kept it. So yeah, for that matter, I like to keep this diary, and it's basically a very rough diary where I just write down. This is my dumping diary, so I just kind of write down every idea that I get. So this, let's come here. So this is my task dump for this week that I made just now, and this is what I'm going to reference when I am doing my weekly planner. Okay, so these two things, any kind of place where you have made your task dump is what you need. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And this is February 2026. Now, first things first, the one thing that I know that I have to get done on Monday, which is a very high priority task, is I have a design work that I have to send to the client. So I'll just write that down. All right. So number 2, I am looking for a freelance fashion designer for my business. So I've already posted about it on LinkedIn, but the hunt is still going on. So I want to finalize the candidate by this week. So I'm just gonna set by Thursday, I need to like finalize designer. So if I have to finalize the designer by Thursday, then probably I need to conduct a few interviews on Tuesday or Wednesday. So last week I made an entire reel and I want to finalize that date. So I am going to finalize Tuesday for that reel upload. Now, if I have written down upload here, then I know that I need to edit it on Monday or today. I'll just write down video editing because I also have other editing projects. So I'll just write down video editing on Monday so that I know. So just like that, you kind of need to keep on working on this and just make the whole plan. And I'm also referencing my task dump while I assign everything.